This is the Biegler's. Well, Biegler is a person. This is a Biegler knife. It is a rock style blade with G10 inlays, and I believe it is of an older generation because I think the G10 inlays look a little bit different now. It is. We'll find out. 4.87 ounces. That's a bit heavy. In fact, according to Black Balisong, it's handle bias. Sorry, I lied. It's blade bias. Very slightly, nothing too crazy, but I will say that trying to do a Z choker to ice pick was like really spooky and hard to do, and I was like, kind of poked my hand a little bit. Don't worry, my cat's further back than it looks. But yeah, I was like struggling. I managed to do it. There we go. It's not easy though. One thing is that this blade is really nice. It's hand ground. As you can see, it's got some good curvature to it. And what's interesting is also like this tip here at the very tip, it like widens out. Like it curves in, and then I don't really know how he does that. I'm not a bladesmith, but it looks nice. I did sand this down a little bit because these Zen cups are just enormous and are a little coarse, and so I decided to sand down the horns and the Zen cup oh so slightly, like a non-noticeable to the naked eye amount. It just makes chaplains slightly more comfortable. That's really all I did in terms of like what I did when I got it. I did also try to install the latch and failed. The latch just wouldn't actually latch, and it was even worse flipping experience. I thought that possibly the latch could balance out the blade bias. It did not. It felt bad. I did not enjoy it. I still have the latch in its case, but yeah. And the G10 is nice and it's comfortable, and it flushes very, very nicely in these very round handles. These handles are pretty much cylinders. But yeah, it's nice, and unfortunately, I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it. It's got some very mild binding on the safe handle. And I don't know. I'm like, it's cool. I traded my Goose for it. I don't regret it. Not one bit. But I might try and sell this Biegler or trade this Biegler for something else. If you're interested in this, definitely hit me up. Anyways, it's got some T10 hardware. It's got these cool, it's got these cool spiral hardwares. The sex bolts are just these weird cone things. It's got T8, I think T8 Zen pins, screws, as well as the screws down here. They're spacer screws, and while I did disassemble it briefly to try and install the latch, it actually is pretty well fastened in here because the spacers have these grooves that just line up really well, and also this rod in here. So it does. I'm not worried at all about these spacers popping out. And if you were to buy this, don't try and install the latch. It doesn't even latch. It doesn't latch. I would have to. I think I had to loosen up something on the safe handle. I was just like, fuck this. This is too much effort. So I said, you know what? Nah. I'm just keeping this as it is. Despite it being somewhat blade biased, it actually fans kind of nicely, and it does feel pretty good to flip. It's like not the most amazing thing considering that also it's got a little bit of binding, but it's cool. Again, Biegler, I think I mentioned this in the unboxing video, but the Biegler Balisongs are not designed necessarily for flipping. If you were to go to Blade Show, I was told that if you go to Blade Show and you were to try to flip, you want to see his Balisongs, the people at the stand would tell you, you are not allowed to flip this. And they would hand it to you, or they would do this, and then give it to you. And they take it back, and they would fold it like this. But it's mine now, so I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. I will flip this. So as far as flipping goes, for a knife that is not designed to be a flipper, it's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty solid. And I'm sure that maybe some of his other newer Balisongs are better. I don't know. But the G10 is comfortable. It looks pretty cool. It's got a nice blade grind to it. This is the Rockstyle blade. There are other blade designs. I don't remember any of the other names except for Stinkfinger because I hate that name. I really hate that name. It just sounds so gross. It just makes me think of someone stuck their finger in something really gross that they shouldn't. Anyways, I'm going to shut the fuck up now. I don't know. It's got this nice spine here that is like, I would say it's nice for chaplains, except for the fact that this giant Zen cups are here and are uncomfortable if you don't sand them. But I don't know. It's fine. It's got some actually pretty solid tolerance. These tolerances are fucking insanely good. Um, Albeit there's a little bit of binding. There's not really good bounce to this. I have lubricated this before. I will lubricate it again. But I will say that if you are interested in a handmade balisong, this is quite nice. I'm just not sure it's for me. And I might be interested in trading a magnet for it, or just selling it for cash, or possibly selling it for another balisong with cash on top. We'll see. But it is theoretically up for grabs. It's cool and it's pretty good. It's just not for me, and I don't know. I am mostly a flipper, and so some people do have like. I mean, I'm a liar. I'm mostly a collector, but I do like flipping, and my collection is for flipping. And some people do collect balisongs that they don't really intend on flipping. And if you are one of those people, I don't know. Feel free to hit me up. It's pretty good, and you can definitely make it work if you want to. I was tempted also possibly seeing if I could get some weight taken off the blade, but frankly, I'm not sure I would bother. But this has been a Biegler handmade Rockstyle knife with G10 inlays. Um, it's pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, comment your thoughts, whatever his other blades like. I think something's called the Archon. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why the stink finger is called that, which I still fucking hate. Leave it on in the comments and donate some money to the coffee because a little bit goes a long way. How the fuck is it 1 a.m.? Jesus Christ, I should sleep.